Stop being selfish. Your sister's twins need a bigger yard, Dad said, standing in my backyard with a realtor. We're listing it next week. You'll stay in the garage apartment. My brother-in-law laughed. Finally, a real house for real family. I smiled. Got it. That night, I started packing. Boxes scraped across the hardwood. Tape tore. My sister's laughter still rang in my ears, bright and careless, drifting back from the patio like smoke. Earlier, while the realtor snapped photos, Dad had handed her the spare keyring from his pocket. Not mine. The neighbors waved. One of them mouthed, "Congrats." I nodded like this was all voluntary. At dinner, Lily sat quiet, knees tucked under the chair, pushing peas into a line. My mother didn't look at her. She talked about paint colors. The twins need space to run, she said, passing bread right over Lily's plate. I said nothing. I chewed. I swallowed. I wiped the table afterward while everyone else debated move-in dates. When they finally left, the house went hollow. I folded Lily's clothes small. She watched me, holding her backpack. "Are we going somewhere?" she asked. I said, "Not yet." She nodded like she'd learned how to wait. At 10:17 p.m., my phone buzzed. Unknown number. Don't leave. Check the basement. R. I stared at it. Then another message came through. Behind the freezer. Bring a light. The basement smelled like damp cardboard and old paint. The freezer hummed like it was nervous. Behind it, the wall panel shifted when I pressed. Inside was a metal box and a thick envelope wrapped in plastic. My name was written on it in shaky ink. Grandma Ruth's handwriting. Just my name. I didn't open it right away. I sat on the steps, the concrete cold through my jeans, listening to the house settle. Upstairs, Lily turned in her sleep. The envelope held a letter and copies of documents, trust amendments, a recorded deed, dates, signatures. My father's name crossed out and replaced with mine. Trustee, effective immediately. Tucked behind that were bank statements, withdrawals that didn't match care costs, transfers to accounts I recognized. Short sentences, clear numbers. The next morning, Dad called before 8. "Why are there boxes?" he demanded, already angry. I said, "We're packing." He said, "Good, the photographer's coming Thursday." I said, "No." He laughed. "Don't start." At noon, the realtor showed up anyway. Clipboard, shoes on my rug. My sister followed with the twins, scooters clattering against the doorframe. "We brought lunch," she said, like that made it official. Kyle wandered the rooms, measuring with his arms. "This wall's coming down." I stood by the kitchen island and set the envelope on the counter. I slid it forward. "You can't list the house," I said. Dad scoffed. "I can do whatever I want." The realtor paused. My sister blinked. Kyle stopped smiling. I opened the folder just enough for the heading to show. Trust amendment. Recorder's stamp. The room went quiet. Dad's jaw tightened. "Where did you get that?" "I found it," I said. The realtor cleared his throat. "I'm going to need to see—" "Get out," Dad snapped, then caught himself. Too late. The realtor's eyes went to the stamp again. He took a step back. My phone buzzed. Bank alert. Scheduled transfer canceled. Dad's face drained. "What did you do?" I didn't answer. I picked up my phone and tapped once more. Account access removed. Another buzz. Utilities transferred.